All right, let's get you the big story of the day. The Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee erupted in fury at Kolkata's Victoria Memorial as she shared the stage with Prime Minister Narendra Modi at an event to honour the legendary freedom fighter Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on his 124th birth anniversary after she was faced with chants of Jai Shri Ram and refused to address the crowd. This at the end of a long day where the BJP and the ruling Trinamool Congress tussled over the celebrations on the birth anniversary and tussled over the legacy of the Bengali icon in a state that's just 4 months away from assembly elections.
अब हम स्वागत करना चाहेंगे माननीय मुख्यमंत्री ममता बनर्जी का मंच पर।
गवर्नमेंट का प्रोग्राम का कोई डिग्निटी होना चाहिए। एक गवर्नमेंट का प्रोग्राम है, कोई पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का प्रोग्राम नहीं है। ऑल पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का और
An angry Mamata Banerjee cutting off her speech after BJP supporters heckled her with Jai Shri Ram slogans in the presence of the Prime Minister with whom she was sharing the stage.
लेकिन किसी को आमंत्रण करके निमंत्रित करके उसको बेइज्जत करना है आपको शोभा नहीं देता है।
ये हमारे लिए मैंने क्यों यहाँ जितने भी उपस्थित कार्यकर्ता थे या फिर जितने भी सिटीजन्स थे ये सारे जय श्री राम का स्लोगन उठाए हैं और मुझे और हम सभी को गर्व है।
जय श्री राम में कोई पॉलिटिकल स्लोगन नहीं है। किसी को वेलकम करने के लिए जय श्री राम नारा क्वाइट कॉमन है। वो गुस्सा क्यों हो गई? Probably she has lost her mind because she knows in the ensuing election she is going to lose and for that she has lost her cool.
We can definitely convey our remembrance to Sri Ramchandra as well as to our God, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. I do not find any dispute if someone says Jai Sri Ram, because Jai Sri Ram is not a war cry.
On this historic day, we should have kept our cool and we should have just remembered Netaji, and what happened on stage should not have happened.
We are not subscribing this anything to this kind of ideas. अगर मुख्यमंत्री बोलने चढ़ जाए उसी का समय कोई ऐसा नारा लगा दे, हम लोग इसको समर्थन भी नहीं करता। ये हो गया, ऐसा होते रहता है। बड़ा घटना में छोटी मोटी कुछ चीज होते रहता है।
The Prime Minister and the Chief Minister were at the Victoria Memorial to mark the birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. The Prime Minister referred to Mamata Banerjee as Behan or sister and said Bose would have been proud of India's progress, but not a word on the slogans.
आज अगर नेताजी ये देखते हैं कि उनका भारत इतनी बड़ी महामारी से इतनी ताकत से लड़ा है, जब वो देखते हैं कि भारत वैक्सीन देकर दुनिया के दूसरे देशों की मदद भी कर रहा है।
Throughout the day, the Trinamool and the BJP had held separate events to mark the day, and they sparred over even what to call the day. The Trinamool said it should be known as Desh Nayak Divas, as Rabindranath Tagore, another Bengal icon, bestowed the title of Desh Nayak on Bose.
পরাক্রম দিবস क्या है পরাক্রম? What is the meaning? সুগত আপনাদের কাছে কিছুটা রাজনৈতিক ইতিহাস বিবরণ দিলেন।
National Planning Commission.
Other flashpoints included the abolition of the Planning Commission, a body envisaged by Bose. Mamata Banerjee said its dissolution has taken away the platform where states could raise their issues. The Trinamool and the BJP competed with each other, with the Prime Minister adding a visit to Netaji's home on his schedule in Kolkata. BJP leaders were not allowed inside and they had to wait outside as it was not a political event. It was Sugato Bose who escorted the Prime Minister into Netaji Bhavan. As the Prime Minister arrived in the city, Mamata Banerjee was already holding a massive rally through the city, walking 6 kilometers to honor Netaji.
কেন্দ্রীয় সরকার কিন্তু আজ পর্যন্ত ছুটির দিন ডিক্লেয়ার করেনি। আমাদের দুঃখ আছে। আপনারা যে কোনো একটা জায়গার নাম শ্যামাপ্রসাদ মুখোপাধ্যায়ের নামে করতেই পারতেন, আমার কোনো আপত্তি নেই। এবার আপনারা বলুন কেন নেতাজি সুভাষচন্দ্র বোসের নামে ডক তার নামটা উঠিয়ে দেওয়া হবে? কিসের জন্য? নেতাজি সুভাষচন্দ্র বোস ইন্টারন্যাশনাল এয়ারপোর্ট আমি করিয়েছিলাম রাজীব গান্ধীকে দিয়ে যখন উনি প্রধানমন্ত্রী ছিলেন।
All is well, they say. That ends well. By that yardstick, with the Chief Minister's loss of temper and the unwarranted slogans at this venue, certainly a blot on the copybook. With G.D. Shankar and Saurav Gupta, Monideepa Banerjee, NDTV.
So a black mark, a blot on the celebrations of Netaji's 124th anniversary as competitive politics over his legacy takes centre stage. What's next? Who's next? Let's go across to Sanghamitra Chaudhary, the Secretary of West Bengal for the BJP. We have Om Prakash Mishra, spokesperson of the TMC, joining us, and we have Shikha Mukherjee, a senior journalist, also joining us. Mr. Mishra, to you first, is this a self-goal? Because already we can see BJP leaders taking to Twitter to talk about this. Amit Malviya, who is the BJP co-in-charge in West Bengal, has tweeted that Mamata Banerjee has insulted the legacy of Netaji by not delivering her speech on the occasion of Netaji's anniversary celebrations. He says that Bengal will not tolerate this disregard of its icons, as he calls it.
Entire Bengal is jubilant that Honorable Chief Minister made a measured point and a dignified protest. She did speak. She thanked the Prime Minister. She thanked the Cultural Ministry. She also said that this is not a political platform. It is not a program of any political party. This occasion has been used by certain elements of the BJP and RSS to cloud the atmosphere, political atmosphere here in Bengal. They are using it as a war cry, political war cry. This is not a political or religious occasion, and so therefore Chief Minister was very justified in protesting the way that he did. In fact, you should also mention that he was present throughout the program. He did not leave the program. He made her point, and of course he was very much there in the program. Now, why they are doing it? Why are they not celebrating Hedgaonkar? Hedgaonkar was educated in Kolkata, and in fact, Hedgaonkar, the Sarsang Chalak, they should celebrate. Netaji stood for everything that BJP is opposed to. Netaji talked in terms of the fight against the Britishers and fight against communal elements. And so therefore, on the solemn occasion of Netaji's birthday, political and religious intonation raised by and hurled as abuse to the Chief Minister was not justified at all. And so therefore, very correctly, in a measured way, in a sensitive way, she lodged her protest, and entire Bengal is supporting her stand.
Sanghamitra Chaudhary, respond here. Was this not poor form? This wasn't not a political event. It shouldn't have been, and everyone should have risen above politics on this occasion.
So Jai Shri Ram is political. Om Prakash ji is saying that Jai Shri Ram is political, and Trinamool from the day one, from very beginning, they say that Jai Shri Ram is a war cry, which is actually not. Because Sri Ramchandra, he's a god. He's not only a god, he's the idol of India. And in whatever program we do, the name of Ram comes. We do Durga Puja where the Akal Bodhan is there, which was done by Sri Ram. And basically, we worship Ram as a god. So if his name is taken in somewhere, why should it be a war cry, and why should it be political?
So you're justifying, you're defending these chants that were raised at this event. All right, but I think you've raised an important point, Sanghamitra Chaudhary. So, Mr. Mishra, please respond over here. Obviously, the slogan Jai Shri Ram gets to the West Bengal Chief Minister. She stops her motorcade, she jumps out, she admonishes the chanters, even gets them arrested. But clearly, the BJP is enjoying this. She is going to be hearing this for sure in the next 4 months. And given by her response today, it is not going to end. In fact, it's probably going to get worse.
Well, I must tell you that everybody is entitled to raise any chant that they wish. They can do it at their home. They can do it in the rallies of their political parties. But to do it in a government program that celebrates Netaji and his legacy, his vision, his commitment, his understanding of the social fabric of this country, this is not done at all. Secondly, I would like to point out that if you are raising Jai Shri Ram slogan, why are you doing it in a way as is to abuse another person, as to threaten another person. We have instances in this country from different parts of the country where the slogan is being used in a way as to intimidate the people when they are being brutalized, and this is being done against a section of our own population. And so therefore this is a political battle cry raised by BJP, and so therefore all those who want to stand the slogan, they should do it in their own program. It is a government program. Mamata Banerjee was very justified in raising a dignified concern, and she lodged a protest. But then it is not that she quit the program. Since Prime Minister was there, she had welcomed Prime Minister, and he did lodge the program, and at the same time he stayed at the court. So therefore BJP wants to provoke, BJP wants to instigate, BJP wants to create a situation by which there is a tension, there is disharmony. That type of a situation would not be allowed here in Bengal.
But let's not forget, unfortunately, I think what's happened at the end of the day, we've forgotten that, this was a day to commemorate Netaji, and that has been lost in all of this. But the real story also is, Ms. Chaudhary, that the BJP's central leadership has been keen to trigger a cultural connect with Bengal. But as Mr. Ghosh points out, two of Bengal's biggest icons, certainly in this case Subhash Chandra Bose, stand diametrically in opposite poles when it comes to the BJP's ideological thinking. Rabindranath Tagore was a stern critic of nationalism, and Bose has been a staunch upholder of communal harmony.
See, BJP doesn't take or think like in that way. BJP thinks that Bankim Chandra, Rabindranath, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Binay Badal Dinesh or Khudiram Bose, they were all freedom fighters, and irrespective of all caste, creed or political color, they are all icons of India, and they are freedom fighters. So their birthday should be celebrated, and since this is 125th year, so we wanted to celebrate it very nicely. But the way our CM reacted, it was really sad, and we could not expect such kind of a non-diplomatic attitude of the CM. If somebody shouted BJP Zindabad, then we could have accepted. It was not that. Just as Jai Shri Ram was somebody shouted, and definitely she got irritated. And this kind of attitude was not accepted. It's
Shikhar
really
Mukherjee,
sad.
is the TMC in a corner here because the BJP trying to appropriate, the legacy of cultural and social icons of West Bengal? They believe it's also necessary given how critical these elections are going forward, despite the ideology of Rabindranath Tagore, of Netaji being opposed to, the ideology of the party. Nevertheless, over the past couple of years, actually, we've heard both Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah both trying to express their admiration for Tagore and Bose.
Well, let me put it to you like this. The BJP has launched an effort at identifying itself with political, social, cultural icons of West Bengal. They have also brought in practices and celebrations which are not sort of rooted in Bengal's practices or culture.
Yeah.
And therefore, there is this attempt to integrate Bengal with the mainstream of Hindutva India, and one of the ways in doing so is through the Jai Shri Ram slogan, is through the celebration of Hanuman, chanting of Hanuman Chalisa, and the celebrations around Hanuman. So these are ways of the BJP trying to establish itself in West Bengal, as well as connect West Bengal to a different kind of cultural, social and political reality. Having said that, this event today also is a way of the Mamata Banerjee, I think, seized upon the Jai Shri Ram slogan to make a point that the BJP and its
and the people that raised the slogan were effectively outsiders to the cultural, political and social ethos of West Bengal. Because just before that, she was at this rally, she walked 6 kilometers, she sort of recalled Netaji and paid homage, as well as tried to create an idea of his contribution to the discourse of nationalism and his contribution to the national movement and the independence of India, which was very different from the Jai Shri Ram slogans which were chanted just before.
So it's a catch-22 in a sense, because every time the BJP tries to portray the TMC as anti-Hindu, the TMC will then in return accuse the BJP of being anti-Bengali or being the outsider. So the question is, will it work, Ms. Chaudhary? Because, you know, the party has made several goof-ups on the cultural front, whether it was the vandalism of the bust of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar at an Amit Shah rally, whether it was the garlanding of the statue of Birsa Munda, you know, also the issue over Jahar Ganguly. So you keep having these goof-ups that play into the TMC wanting to portray the BJP as the outsider.
See, vandalizing the statue of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar was absolutely done by some miscreants. Till date, the CCTV footage is...
Eventually the story, there was video, CCTV footage that showed up, ma'am.
No. It was vandalized, but who vandalized this thing? It was not, till date it's not proven. Till date it's not proven. And how could outsiders who were walking in the rally get inside the college? And with actually the image was
but the overall, ma'am, I just want you to respond to the overall picture. The BJP,
is that,
a party that is very strategically plans out its campaigns on the ground, has made these serial goof-ups which play into the TMC's narrative then that you are the outsider. If you can make not one, but not two, but 3 goof-ups, for example, that I've just touched on.
This is purposely done. This is purposely done to state that BJP is a anti-Bengali or a non-Bengali party. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, who is the founder of this party, he was a full-on Bengali. His house is still there.
I need to come.
And it's purposely done just to eradicate BJP from Bengal. But now BJP is in the mind of every Bengali and most of the people. Yes. So in today's program, there were lots of people who were non-BJPians, they were ordinary people, they were common people who came as invitee, and the slogan was made and no one protested against it.
No, what do you mean outside people who came as invitees, ma'am? Isn't this an event that was organized by the central government?
What I wanted to say,
who has invited these people? Not
they were all
invitees. He possibly doesn't know. Can I come in briefly?
Sure, 1 minute, Mr. Mishra,
Ms. Chaudhary doesn't know that one of their leaders has already owned up as the slogan raiser. And if you are in love with Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, you are actually not in love with Netaji. Netaji stood for everything that Shyama Prasad Mukherjee was on the other side. And so therefore you cannot have Shyama Prasad Mukherjee as the hero, and as well as you can celebrate this.
That is a valid point, because Bose was a staunch secular patriot. He stood for Hindu-Muslim unity and rejected Savarkar's Hindutva. But thank you all. This is not the last we've heard on this story for sure. But let's talk a little more about Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's legacy by talking to his daughter. I spoke with her a short while ago in Germany. She's a German economist, and Anita both passed. I first thanked her, saying, Anita, that India is grateful to your father's bravery in India's struggle for independence and the resistance to colonialism. Thank you for joining us. What do you make of political parties back home trying to appropriate your father's legacy, the legacy of one of the biggest cultural and social icons of the state of West Bengal, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, ahead of crucial assembly elections?
Well, it's better that parties should encompass the ideas and ideals of a leader rather than ignore him. But it is also not quite surprising that ahead of an election, parties try to sort of gain attention and publicity with such an effort. I think this is in the nature of political work and political parties. So even though it may be not entirely unselfish, I think it is not totally illegitimate.
And Anita, you know, as the BJP tries to appropriate Netaji's legacy, the TMC is pointing out that he was a staunch upholder of communal harmony, of Hindu-Muslim unity, to be precise. What was his stand? We just like to put that question across to you. We have many young Indians, the youth watching. What was his stand on secularism and Hindutva?
Well, Netaji, I have to start with that, was a very devout man. He was a devout Hindu, but he was certainly in favor of a secular state, and as far as his own personal attitudes were concerned, he had great respect and tolerance for all other religions. And he was a man of moral values and integrity. And I think he certainly would want India to be a secular state, remain a secular state, or if you want to look at it that way, become even more of a secular state than it has been, not only in the immediate past, but for many years, really.
Anita Bose, thank you for joining us tonight on Left, Right and Centre. And that brings us to an end of the show. We're going to go in for a short break, but after that, as India continues to face a challenge of vaccine hesitancy, I'm going to speak with one of the senior most doctors in the country. Should you be taking this vaccine? What do you need to do to keep yourself and your loved ones safe? Do join us after a short break.